Hi, Jay. It's me, your wife. Um, Thank you for agreeing to watch this as I make the case for Finn, a short, evidence-based case for adding a companion for Hopper. All right, first things first, let's meet the dogs. We have Hopper, who's a 60-pound Labradoodle with an amazing temperament. Then we have Finn, who's 6 months old, about 30 pounds, significantly smaller than Hopper, some would say like half, who is potty trained. There has been ongoing concern that Hopper is too big. The case for Finn suggests that a dog half the size would be a better fit for our family. Now we have the core case for adding Sweet Finn to our family of 3. Research suggests that dogs promote well-being. Social partners can act as stress buffers. There are times when Hopper is stressed and a little brother would create that stress buffer. Companionship. Dogs are social just like humans. They're not meant to do life alone. And while Hopper doesn't do life completely alone, arguably he spends a good chunk of his day by himself. So compatible pairings can reduce stress behaviors and separation anxiety. The benefits to our family is more walking, playing, physical activity, and a second dog that is smaller eases the handling load. Now we dive into the scholarly part of the presentation. Evidence shows that social companionship helps, period. There have been numerous shelter studies, which are all cited at the end of this presentation, show that paired house dogs show fewer stress-related behaviors like lip licking, whining, ears back. Some even say that gnawing at paws is a stress-related behavior, which social companionships helps to mitigate. There's pilot data that shows from switching from a solitary to compatible pair housing dog relationship is linked to lower cortisol trends. Cortisol is the stress hormone, which can lead to calmer behavior. Generally, there's a social buffering when there are 2 dogs that are paired in the same house together. And who can argue with the fact that God made dogs for relationships too? Now we're taking a deeper dive into what adding Finn to our family would look like on a day-to-day and the impact while we're at work. Basically, Hopper has company during the day, which leads to less boredom and more play opportunities. There's a good size balance. Finn is only 30 pounds. Hopper is bigger, therefore will remain dominant as the leading dog of the family. Hopper and Finn would also have staggered exercise, so short solo lead time for each dog reduces leash pull risk and spreads our workload. So this means that Hopper and Finn could play together during the day and be more ready to focus on walk time when it is walk time. Evidence. Family health benefits. Number 1, dog ownership is associated with more walking and total physical activity in adults. Thus, 2 dogs keeps us more healthy. Number 2, interactions with dogs can increase oxytocin and reduce cortisol. Ding, 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 less stress. Now it's time to think about this practically, the first 4 to 6 weeks. So we would slowly but surely have structured introductions, parallel walks, short positive indoor behavior sessions where the dogs get to play together and they would get to rest between interactions. They would have separate resources. Finn would have his own bowls in its own spot, and Hopper's bowl would stay the same in the same spot that it's in now. We would get Finn a new bed, and we would feed them apart to prevent guarding. We would do short solo training for each dog daily, 5 or 10 minutes, which means probably training how to play the young way, which means babies, chew toys, hide and go seek, double the dogs, double the joy. We would teach Finn and Hopper how to play together, and we would teach them how to rest together so we could help build calm coexistence. We would also practice alone time hygiene. We would maintain comfort for the dogs of being alone to avoid separation-related issues. Now it's time to talk about the budget and time commitment in a realistic way. So for the first 6 weeks, or let's start with the budget first. So a vet exam, Brittany told me that that Finn is fully vaccinated, up to date on all of his exams. So that one time $150 to $300 is likely non-existent, as we will be getting a very healthy dog the same way we did Hopper. We will have to neuter him, at which I have already talked to Ashley and I can work remotely for. We would need to get him a new leash, a new harness, and a new collar and new dog tags. This is a one-time purchase until he gets bigger, just like we did for Hopper. So probably between $150 and $250 if we get really nice gear. Food, we would transition Finn to eat what Hopper eats, adult dog food, once he's an adult. And since he is 30 pounds and Hopper is 60 pounds, we will not be doubling the amount of food that we are buying, only increasing it by about 25%. So I talked to the dog walker, and while Brandy said that she does not charge more for an additional dog, that is not how we roll. So we would increase her rate by $5 per dog, or not per dog, $5 total. So instead of $25, it would be $30. Finn would join me and Hopper for our walk every morning for 45 minutes. Finn would also join us on our dog park adventures with friends, and we would likely get him a few toys that would exercise his mind during the day while he works through his puppy phase, just like we did for Hopper. You might be asking yourself, why now, Andrea? Of all the times, why now? And I believe that Finn was made for us. Finn is going to be 30 pounds, for real this time. He is a miniature Labradoodle. That will be easy handling compared to Hopper. And also Hopper's welfare. A companion can reduce boredom and stress-linked behaviors when we're away. And we have a realistic plan for training, budgeting, and safe leash handling. And really, look at those Hopper eyes. He is lonely during the day. He's looking off the edge of the bed, just looking for his little brother. And now there is why your wife needs this. First, we have said goodbye to having kids. Therefore, we've got the room, we've got the money. I have a lot more love to give, and I want to give it to Finn. Golf is your thing. Dogs are mine. Finn is already potty trained. No more round the bush, round the bush, round the bush. No, we don't. We completely skip potty training. Couples who do not have kids in Colorado have dogs. Finn will be small enough to hold like a baby. We skip the horrible puppy phase of 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Should Finn need a little bit of support, we will get some CBD. I will worry less about Hopper while we are gone, if Finn is there playing with him. Hopper loves to play. When he is happy, I am happy. I read one piece of research that says a companion for your dog makes them live longer by helping them stay younger longer. This could actually prolong Hopper's life, and even further, mine. And not to get crazy, but when push comes to shove, I really don't ask for too much, but I am asking for this. I need this. And then there's why our family needs this. We have made the thoughtful and permanent decision to not have children, which was the right decision for us. So, dogs are our family, as they're a source of nurturing, play, and companionship. Adding Finn gives Hopper a sibling, which gives us a fuller family unit, a family of 4. Research shows that pet companionship can substitute for some aspects of child rearing by offering emotional fulfillment, routine, and shared purpose. I need this. A second dog strengthens our sense of family identity without the responsibility of child rearing. It just makes sense. Perhaps the most important point is that Hopper told me he wants a little brother that he can cuddle and play with. Look into his lonely eyes while he daydreams about having a little brother. Don't deny him this. All right, let's get to brass tacks. How much is this going to cost us? Well, Finn is listed for $3,500, but I talked to Brittany and we could get him for just $2,800, which would come from my budget. I just would need a little bit of time. All right, Jay, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, why am I really saying no? 2, we have proved that a dog only adds good to our lives. What makes me believe that one extra dog wouldn't add that much more good? And 3rd, if this means that much to my wife, that she's willing to make this well-researched, polished presentation, does it really mean that much to me that I would say no? So, please, if none of that breaks through, then just look into sweet Finn's eyes and hear him say, Jay, please let me be part of your family. I've always wanted a big brother and a loving home with 2 ridiculously good-looking guardians. I would invite you to take a look at any of the resources, the scholarly research that I did on owning 2 dogs, and really how it is a no-brainer and will only add good to our lives. Thank you, and I love you.